What is up, everybody? This is episode 2 of this Dead Space 2 walkthrough. Like I said last episode, it's not really a let's play, but whatever. Now, this part right here, you really want to pick up these broom type things, because they're free ammunition pretty much. And don't pick this shopping, or not shopping cart, you know, janitor's cart up, because it doesn't do anything. But there are two of these spitters, or whatever you want to call them, I don't know the exact name. I think that makes sense, right? Spitters. But they have not explosive, projectile vomit, like you see right here, and there's one where it actually shoots a bomb of vomit at you. That sounds so disgusting, but that's what happens. And if you pick it up, or if you kinesis it when he throws it at you and you throw it back, it's a one-hit kill on any necromorph. It doesn't even have to be the thing that threw it at you. So if you're really in a tight situation, try and get those balls of spitter vomit. Sounds ridiculous. But I think that we're getting towards the end of Chapter 1. Chapter 1, really, it's really, like any game, I guess, is really cutscene heavy. So, and really nothing hard has happened. Really, the game isn't hard because... Oh, I'm gonna watch this. This freaked the crap out of me the first time I played this game. Yeah, Nicole and Isaac are, you know, she's dead, but Isaac's not taking it too well, I guess. He thinks it's his fault, if you watch the cutscenes, like I was saying. But, like I was saying before, and there's another power node here, by the way, and to my right, I don't go down that hallway, but to the right there is a room where you can actually pick up some, I think you get the Zealot rig and Zealot force gun or something like that, if you pre-ordered. I'm not exactly sure what's in there or how you get it, but this walkthrough right here is going to be only guns and ammo, or guns and suits and tactics that you would have if you just went out and bought, you know, Dead Space 2 used somewhere. Like, I'm not going to be using the, like, you'll see when I get to that store over here. And right here, by the way, just throw something at it and he'll stand right up. He's not dead. And there's that power node over there. But I'm not going to be using things like the hand cannon, which is a foam finger, if anybody didn't know. And even though I have it, I really wanted to use it, but I didn't. I even have all the suits unlocked. See, I already have the suits unlocked and the hand cannon. But the engineering suit is what someone would normally get on hardcore, so I went with that. And I don't even use a refurbished plasma cutter, even though it's exactly the same, other than like visual style. I'm pretty sure there's nothing different. But yep. No, like, I'm not trying to bash on next-gen tactics, but they were the first walkthrough I ever looked up when I was trying to do Dead Space 2 on hardcore. And I wouldn't even, you know, I was doing it by myself. I just wanted to see what other people were doing. And the Spider Bite, you know, the guy doing who I love his content, by the way, he was using the Zealot force gun, and his tactics were based around having that force gun at the beginning of the game. And I definitely didn't, and none of the people I know had the Zealot force gun at the beginning of the game. So, you know, it was still useful in its own way, but I think, you know, just using the stuff normal people would have had is more useful. And I'm just showing you right here that this is hardcore, and we have 3 saves remaining, but don't even think about using your first save there. And there's going to be a power node right here, so always grab that. It's like right in front of you, but a lot of people don't get it on their walkthroughs. I don't claim to find every single one, because I know I don't, but that's just one I happen to find. But what I was saying before, I kind of interrupted myself, oddly enough. There are, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know the specifics, but I think enemy damage, like what you do to enemies and what enemies do to you, is only based on the survivalist difficulty, and the drop rate is based on the Zealot difficulty. Like that's what you would counter on those difficulties. So the only reason hardcore is hard at all is because of the saves, really. So just keep that in mind. If you go into a fight thinking, oh man, that thing's so strong, there's no way I'm gonna beat it, it's really not even that hard. It's, you know, it's survivalist difficulty, really, with only 3 saves. But for this fight right here, what you really want to do is work on getting one arm off. And I miss a station shot. Try not to do that. But once you get one arm off, it's kind of hard for him to move around, obviously. But he can still jump at you, so try and be careful. But it's a pretty easy fight. You don't have to use stasis to beat him, but it makes it really easy. And if it gets really hairy, you can get yourself, put a pillar, like his pillar things right between you and the, I'm not even sure what enemy, I think it's a tripod. but try and have something in between you. And actually, if he knocks down those pillars, I think you get like ammo or something like comes out of them. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm getting that confused with in Ocarina of Time, Zelda. If there were enemies called Iron. Oh man, I don't even remember what they were called, but they were the things that had the huge axes and that would come after you. And there were pillars that you could put in between you and the enemy, and if they hit the pillars down, you got hearts.
3 years.
Not really Dead Space related, but whatever. Now, here we learn that Isaac has actually been on Titan Station for 2 years, so there were 2 years between Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2. I kind of wish, I'm pretty sure, oh, and I made a mistake in the last episode. It was Dead Space Extraction for the Wii, and Dead Space Ignition on the Xbox Live Arcade, and Franco was actually, from what I understand, from Dead Space Extraction on the Wii. Now, I wanted to get Dead Space Extraction, but from what I understand, it's a rail shooter, and the only game I've ever played that was a rail shooter that was any good at all was Star Fox 64. And for those who don't know, as we get to Chapter 2, who don't know what a rail shooter is, that's when you have no control over where you move. I mean, you have control over where you move, like where you aim and stuff, and sometimes where you are on the screen in the case of Star Fox 64, but you can't, like, it moves you forward by itself, like you don't move forward and back. So enough off-topic discussion here. Your first priority is to get to this bench right here and immediately go to the rig and upgrade the first 2 health molecules. Oh, Joe invited me to a party apparently. 10:18 at night, you know, pretty close to midnight. I like playing this game at midnight, by the way. And it looks like he was playing Red Dead Redemption. But anyway, upgrade the first 2 health or HP nodes. Don't ever worry about air or TK damage. And your second, you know, thing is to upgrade the first damage on the plasma cutter. And I recommend using that node on the first duration. And some of you are wondering, there's a power node door up here. And some of you might be saying, well, you should have saved one for that because there is a power node schematic in there. And I don't know why I paused here. I must have been I don't know. Oh, I know why. You know what? I don't ever wear my glasses, but the way I had to change my room around to actually get the HD PVR set up, I actually have to, as embarrassing as it is, actually wear my glasses. So at this point, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of squinting. I'm actually gonna, you know, use my glasses. But anyway, there's a power node door up there. You can see it right there. That you have to have a power node to go in, and I always recommend going in these. And you have to have a power node, obviously. But once you open this door right here, there's going to be one on the floor. Right there. So I recommend just using the power nodes you had before, coming in here and using one of those the power node that you picked up from the other room on this room. Now, I spazzed the A button trying to pick up everything at once, and I didn't realize I had a full inventory. So, you don't need... Oh, and if you go... Apparently if you go into that room right there that I'm looking at right now, and then back into this room, they'll follow you in here. But if you don't open that door, they won't follow you in here. But try not to keep ammo for weapons that you don't have or don't need in your inventory, because it's just wasting space. And it's actually really useful to sell those, because you get a lot, or not necessarily a lot of money, but it does add up. And also, I have a bunch of small health packs. You do not need that many. Just, you know, try and keep like 5 or 6 health packs at a time. Maybe, that might even be pushing it, but try and keep, you know, probably 5 health packs at the beginning of the game. And once you upgrade your inventory space, you can try and carry a few more. But, what was I saying? Oh, try not to keep schematics in your inventory either, unless you absolutely need, like this one right here. This is a power node schematic. And, like, I don't need, I think, what do I, yeah, see, like, it's more important to get that schematic right here. But once we find schematics for, like, the flamethrower, which is, like, the, for anybody who uses the flamethrower, you know, good on you, but it is really not useful on hardcore whatsoever, in my opinion. I know some people are like, well, it could, you know, everyone has their own opinion. But this is one of the last times in the game you really, like, I was gonna say you really see other people, but I don't know if that's true or not, really. But you can hear people screaming in the background and stuff. And every time I step into an elevator, like, I would freak out, because that's when the game shines and it tries to scare you. Look at this. The lights go out and everything, and I'm like, after that last elevator with Ellie telling me to make us whole, I didn't know what to expect. So just watch this for a few seconds, see if you guys get scared. Not really scary, but you know, kind of freaky the first time he played. I felt really bad for that guy. If he had jumped in the elevator, he could have came along right along with us. And look at that guy, bloody all over the walls and stuff. I just disrespectfully throw him down there. But that guy over there is Nolan Strauss, the guy that I'm pretty sure that was the guy that we were chasing to try and follow into the medical facility. And by the way, these enemies right here used to make me the most mad. I think these enemies killed me more than anything in the game, especially once you get to the black or enhanced versions. They jump literally at the speed of light. It's ridiculous. But what was I saying? Oh, Nolan Strauss and Isaac Clarke, you know, the player you play as, cheap jump out enemy tactic right here. We're both subjected to tests that had to do with the marker, and for anybody that doesn't know what that is, you will definitely know what it is by the time we're done with this walkthrough. And there is a, what is this? Money? Yeah, money credits on the thing there, but if you go in there, it will spawn a spitter in the corner, so try not to go in there if you can help it. Now this is probably the first room that really makes people question their ability to do hardcore. And people call it the laundry room because there's a bunch of laundry, you know, washing machines and stuff over there. Try and get stuff out of your way like that. What was it? Trash can over there. You don't want stuff getting in your way. And I really recommend trying to use like TK powers on this part if you can, because you're gonna go through a lot of ammo. Now, I'm not sure if it works or not, but I've heard that if you shoot out the vents like that, it like not prohibits, but it discourages, I guess you could say, necromorphs from spawning through that vent. And I'm pretty sure nothing comes out of that vent, even though I shot it. But later in the game, I tried out and it doesn't really work. You want to kinesis or stasis these guys right away because they are incredibly fast, like I said before. And also, this is a perfect time to explain. I do not go out through this game without being hit. In other words, I'm not proclaiming to be like. There's a guy on YouTube named Moonable, or I guess that's how you pronounce it, Moonable, who goes through the game without using stasis and only using the plasma cutter. I mean the pulse rifle, which is not really a good weapon to use, and he doesn't use stasis, and he doesn't really. He could have edited that out, but it didn't look like he really got himself into a lot of danger. This Let's Play, or walkthrough, is going to pretty much be what you're going to see if you try and do hardcore. I'm not going to try, like, if I, you know, came close to dying, I didn't cut that part out, like, what I'm trying to say is, me and Joe, Full Grown Gaming, has a term where, on YouTube, kids just seem to fly through games without having any troubles whatsoever. Like, if you watch a Modern Warfare 2 campaign, like, walkthrough, they go through the whole thing without dying. And so Full Grown Gamers, we're not like that. I mean, we could do that if we spent there, and that's probably what they did. They spent a lot of time trying to get a recording where they just didn't, or it looks easy, I guess is the best way to put it. But no, for this Let's Play, or this walkthrough, I went through just my first run and kept it how it was. So I'm not gonna let you. I have to. This is the end of the episode. I want to see you guys for episode 3.